Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the March 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it here. Column number one, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up, or excuse me, column number one, we're going to take a look at some of the big items that are coming for the month of March. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the fourth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But yeah, let's get into it here, Taurus. So, first things first, big items coming for the month of March. We have the summary affirmation card of motion. This is a pretty literal card. This means things are moving. I feel like you're going to have a big month, getting a lot done. There's just a lot in motion, but we're going to make a lot of progress as well, which is great. Let's see, though, what messages we've got coming through here. First up, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very strategic, very intentional. So again, we have a lot in motion, but we're being very thoughtful about it. We're working on the important things. The King of Swords has this kind of like long-lived sense. It's well-planned, it's future-focused. So these are the things that move us forward. So I like the things that we're working on. Again, I feel like it's intentional, it has purpose, and it's the things you need to be working on this month, Taurus. The next card we have is the Knight of Wands. You see the horse and rider rearing ready to go. I'm not surprised to see this again, just given the motion card. Feet are in motion. We're taking action. We're taking activity. We're getting stuff done. The Knight of Wands, though, this is also like a card of freedom, and it's like we want to get these things done so we can have freedom, so we can have free time, so we can enjoy things. So kind of a silly meaning there, but also really meaningful. You know, it's nice to get things off our to-do list so we can just do what we want. So there's a little bit of motive of freedom and just getting things off of our to-do list so we can have some time to ourselves. At the bottom here, we have the 10 of Cups. If you watch my readings before, Taurus, you know the 10 of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have a nice full rainbow, a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house in the background. The 10 of Cups is just everything wonderful, so I love to see it. It's total happiness, contentment, support. As you are trying to work through these things, I feel like you'll have a good support system. So use your support system as needed there, Taurus. Also, try and spend some time with family, friends, children, grandchildren. It's a really good month to just soak in that love and surround ourselves with people that we love. But yeah, I feel like we're pretty content. We're busy, but we're not overwhelmed. We're just kind of getting things done, but we're almost kind of floating along. So it's action without being overbearing, which is nice to see. Sometimes I feel like life is either 100 miles an hour or slow. So a little bit of balance there for you. Taking a look at our clarifiers, now we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal or hope. So there could be something that we're renewing, that we're getting started on, so keep that in mind. I'm also hearing there could be like paperwork that needs to be done. I know I'm hearing like renewal paperwork, so maybe the renewal is in a very literal sense. So maybe some paperwork in the mix of things here for you, Taurus. The next card we have is the 10 of Wands. This is like a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. We just kind of talked, we're not super overwhelmed, but again, we want the freedom from the exhaustion. We want the freedom from the stress. We want the freedom from having to do a gazillion things here, Taurus. So that's really, again, we already kind of mentioned that with the Knight of Wands. We want the freedom of the to-dos, the things that we need to get done. And at the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. This is very much so the doer card. This is feet in motion. This is taking action. So I'm not surprised to see this again. We're just getting shiz done. But again, not at like a super overwhelming pace at this point, which is wonderful to see. Moving on to our next column now, let's talk about anything related to money. It says chasing a dollar amount is pointless because numbers are infinite. You will attract more success by setting a goal that can be obtained and will energetically nourish you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything you associate with money here, Taurus. So first up, we have the Five of Cups. This is kind of a sad card. This is a card of low feelings. I feel like we're a little sad about something, and just kind of reading on to our next card. For some of you, I feel like there could have been an actual loss, and with that loss is now coming like a lump sum of money or retirement or inheritance. So I feel like we're grieving, but then I also feel like money is following the grieving. So I know that's kind of a mix of feelings for a lot of people, unfortunately. There could just be something that's financially or career-wise bothering you too. But again, for some of you, I feel like there is loss and then money coming. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. So we already talked, this is kind of like lump sum of money. It could be inheritance, could be retirement. Definitely congratulations for those of you that are retiring. But it does seem like there's money coming in. But there is like a little work that needs to be done here. So the Eight of Pentacles is putting in the work. I hate to say this, but I don't know that we would really enjoy the process, especially like if we're grieving or there's like paperwork that needs to be done. So I feel like there's money sitting out here, but we have to go through the work to get it here, Taurus. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Ten of Swords. Again, there's just some low feelings here. So again, for some of you, I think you're actually grieving. For some of you, we're just in a low spot career or financially. You see the sky is dark, the person's laying down flat, they have all these swords stuck into them. So again, something has this feeling kind of low. We do need to work through whatever it is, even though I feel like it feels like work more than it may usually. So that's kind of a message that I'm seeing and hearing there as well. The next clarifier we have is the Nine of Wands. That's a card of persistence. So again, we just kind of have to push through. We have to get these certain things done here, Taurus. We have to take the actions to move forward from the Five of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Again, there seems to be money sitting out there some way, somehow, so we need to be taking actions towards it. At the bottom, we have the Two of Pentacles as well. We could be kind of busy, like you have to multitask, you have to prioritize, you have to make decisions. So keep that in mind as well. All right, moving on to our next column. Anything related to love. So it says, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage. Again, whatever you associate with love here, Taurus. So first up, we're starting with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. This is something that we want. I feel like there's a change to what we want in life. There's a change to our long-term plan. The next card we have is the Three of Swords. This is heartache. This is heartbreak. This could be grieving. Again, I feel like some of you are actually grieving. But I feel like there was something that happened here, Taurus, that hurt us. I feel like we are recovering or have recovered from it. But again, it's changed the plans. It's changed our perspective. It's changed the things that we want. And that's also reflected through the Death card here at the bottom. I do want to point out the Death card does not actually mean death. Although, again, I feel like some of you could actually be grieving something that's happened. But with the Death card, this is transformation, this is change, this is moving forward. Again, I feel like we had something happen and it's changed now the things that we want long term. So there's just a shift, a perspective change. Our desires seem to be different now. Continuing on, looking at our clarifiers here. First up, we have the Two of Cups. This is a stellar love card, I should start off by saying. So the Two of Cups, this is relationship, proposal, marriage, deep love. So I do feel like for some of you, a relationship could be advancing. We could be entering into a new relationship. But underlying, I feel like there's a change of what we want in terms of love. But definitely some new love energy swirling. That's also echoed by our Knight of Cups. This is another great love card. This is like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in shining armor, very romantic, very proposal-like. So this is fabulous to see. Again, I feel like there could be a new relationship or an advancement of a relationship. Just what we wanted is not what it used to be what we wanted, and that's totally okay. At the bottom, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is change. So again, what we want is changing. And there definitely seems to be a change in our relationship status. And it's going to happen pretty quickly when we see a card like the Eight of Wands. So definitely something happening here in March. All right, let's take a look now at our fourth and final column. This is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Magnetism. Love it. One of my favorite cards in the entire deck. I'm a big time manifester, and I believe we always are attracting things to us. So with a card like Magnetism, March is a huge month for you to obtain the things that you want. However, we need to be focused on the positive, and we need to be focused on the things that we want. So an example of this, you can't say like no debt. You need to think more like abundance of money. Because again, what you get is what you think. And if we're thinking debt, you're going to get more debt. So we want to think more about the opposite, the abundance of money, right? So think about it from a positive perspective. But just be thoughtful about what you're thinking about in general. Because again, that's what you're attracting to yourself this month here, Taurus. All right, looking at our cards, first up we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is a card of putting in the hard work. It's kind of like nose to the grindstone. But the nice thing is we're reaping the benefits of it. So I will say, since this is such a time to attract, it's like do things with intent. Like I'm going to do this to get this outcome. Because again, we're attracting those things to ourselves. So to be very intentional are the things that we put our effort and put our energy. The next card we have is the Three of Cups. I feel like I touched on this earlier. Maybe the readings are blending together. I don't think they do. But we do have a circle of support here, a support system. So as we're working through things, there's a nice circle of support. But this is like celebrations. This is getting what we want. So again, we need to be focusing on the end result. Be very intentional and say, this is what I'm going to get from it. At the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. This is a card. Again, this is feet in motion. This is taking action. This is getting things done. So do things with purpose. Do things knowing the outcome that you're going to get, because that's just helping bring it to you almost like tenfold. So wherever you sink your time, your energy this month is what you're going to get. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Two of Wands. It's interesting, if you take a close look at this card, they have the world in their hand, and you really have the world in your hand. So again, be careful where we focus our energy, be careful where we focus our intent this month, and really be focused on the outcome that you want. You can have anything you want in the world here, Taurus. The next card we have is the Chariot. This is action. This is change. It's about being on a journey. We need to focus that long term. Where are we going? What are we wanting from it? I can't say it enough. Focus on the end result. Also, some of you could be getting a new car too with the Chariot there. Maybe that's the thing you're attracting to yourself, right? And at the bottom, we have the Four of Swords. This is kind of like a card of like resting and retreating at this point. I feel like because you have such a strong ability to not only get things done this month, but to get exactly what you want, try to stay focused on that. Of course, if you need some R&R, do it. But I'm like hearing that we don't have a lot of downtime here, Taurus. All right, at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the 3 of Diamonds, number 48 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Ace of Hearts, the number 11 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the Queen of Diamonds, the number 12 card. That's a yes. We're also going to take a look at our healing stone, so a crystal for the month of March. You have labradorite, which is good for realism, mediumship, slays illusion, and really gives you a lot of knowledge and greatness of mind. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our healing note deck. Your healing note says, you have the power to heal your life, and you need to know that. We often think we are helpless, but we are not. You always have the power. We always have the power of our minds. Claim and consciously use your power. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Taurus, and I hope you have a fabulous March.